History's Forgotten Massacre. Warning. This is one of the most horrifying war crimes ever committed. In December 1937, during World War II, the Imperial Japanese Army invaded Nanking, China's capital at the time. What followed was 6 weeks of absolute terror. The horror of Nanking. Over 300,000 people were massacred, civilians and soldiers alike. Women, children, and even the elderly were subjected to brutal violence. Thousands were tortured, executed, and used for inhumane experiments. Survivors described soldiers holding killing contests, beheading victims with swords, and burning entire families alive. Recent discoveries in 2022, a Minnesota pawnshop owner claimed to have found a photo album containing never-before-seen images of the Nanking Massacre. The album allegedly belonged to a U.S. Navy sailor stationed in Southeast Asia during that time. Historians later analyzed the photos and determined that while they were historically significant, they were not unique or directly tied to the Nanking Massacre itself. However, the discovery reignited interest in one of history's darkest events. The world's response to journalists and foreign residents documented the horror, but much of the world turned a blind eye as Japan continued its brutal campaign. To this day, some deny the full scale of what happened, but for the victims, the scars of Nanking will never fade. Why isn't this talked about more? Comment, never forget, if you think the world needs to remember this. Comment, history repeats, if you believe events like this could happen again. Subscribe, because history must never be erased.